Hi there, Ray Baraska here. Some of you may know me as the founder and primary spokesperson for Colorado Crowdfunding, the nation's third largest crowdfunding meetup organization. However, today I'm not here to talk about crowdfunding. I'm here to talk about a totally different subject. Today I want to speak with you about a serious problem that's afflicting our society, one that has the potential to significantly impact our collective economic future. In addition, I want to share with you some information about a brand new company, Archimedes Offspring, and how it's poised to do something about the problem that we're going to discuss. First, let's get one thing out of the way. If, as an investor, you're a lover of startups, of venture capital, and all things unicorn, you're probably going to want to stop this video right now. This presentation is not for you. However, if you're not a fan of Uber's current share price, you don't like the control that the ultra-rich exert over our economy, or the way that the money gets collected and distributed among entrepreneurs and innovators, then listen up, because I'm here to tell you about an extraordinary opportunity that's being made available to the ordinary inventor and to the ordinary investor. First, some background. Over the past 30 to 40 years, most of the wealth that's been created during that period of time in this country has ended up in the pockets of those people who can qualify as accredited investors. What's an accredited investor? Most of you know them as angels or venture capitalists. Who qualifies as an angel or a venture capitalist? Someone who's rich, a fat cat. Unfortunately, very little of the wealth that's been created has ended up or continues to not end up in the pockets of ordinary Americans. People like you and me. Because of our securities laws, both at the federal and state level, and the excessive greed of these angels and venture capitalists, ordinary, decent, hardworking Americans get left out. The ordinary investor is prevented from accessing these deals that these people have been feasting on for way too long. Why has this happened? And why is it still happening? First, as I explained, our securities laws are part of the problem. They're based on the notion that the ordinary American is either too stupid or too poor or both to let him or her take the kind of risk that accredited investors are allowed to take. Second, it happens because these angels and venture capitalists keep these companies that generate the wealth private for as long as they possibly can, under their control, hoping to squeeze the last dollar of real value out of them before dumping them on the general public in the form of IPOs or initial public offerings. By the time the company's stock winds up in your IRA or your 401k, all the real value has been sucked out. You and the other ordinary citizens that are investors are then left to deal with the residue as the company in which you've now invested struggles to maintain its equilibrium and its share price in the marketplace. The result is that you, the ordinary investor, never have a chance to get in on the ground floor of the next great innovation like Facebook, Google, or even Amazon. Okay, that's what's been happening. And I want to share with you how the new opportunity I mentioned, Archimedes Offspring, is going to change all that. What is Archimedes Offspring? It's a business trust that serves as the creator and sponsor of a bunch of investment funds that match investors directly with inventions, not with startups that normally and traditionally house those inventions. So before an invention ever has the bad luck to become ensnared in a startup, Archimedes Offspring swoops in, acquires an interest in that invention on behalf of one of the invention investment funds, and then helps that inventor first develop and then commercialize his or her invention. Once that process is completed, and depending on how the inventor wishes to proceed at that point, Archimedes Offspring helps the inventor either license the invention, sell it to a third party, or even allows the inventor to buy back Archimedes Offspring's interest in that invention. And then once that's accomplished, the inventor can proceed on their merry way, doing with that invention whatever they choose to do. When it comes to you, the ordinary investor, on the other hand, with Archimedes Offspring, you can make a direct investment in inventions, avoiding all the risks that come with investing in startups. You literally beat the venture capitalists to the pass, to borrow an old cowboy saying. By doing this, Archimedes Offspring adds a whole new layer of value to the investing process for the ordinary investor, one that would otherwise not exist at all. In addition, Archimedes Offspring reduces risk by limiting the amount that can be invested in any one single invention, up to $75,000, while at the same time creating the prospect for greater diversification of risk because the invention portfolio can contain far more investments, that is, investments in inventions, than would a traditional venture capital fund or even a mutual fund be able to invest in their types of investments. Said another way, what Archimedes Offspring does is make inventions and innovation directly available to the ordinary investor for the first time ever. By adopting this approach, Archimedes Offspring commits itself to doing everything in its power to allowing inventors to exercise much more control over their inventions. And with the seed money that an inventor can get from Archimedes Offspring, the inventor can retain that power, can retain the power to decide the future of that invention. In addition, while the power is placed back in the hands of the inventor, simultaneously, the wealth that would otherwise be diverted to these venture capitalists and angels is instead redirected to the purse of the ordinary investor. By cutting out these traditional middlemen, these VCs and angels, who despite all the hype to the contrary, never add a single cent of value to the invention or the invention process itself. Instead, all that new value ends up in the pockets of the ordinary investors. If you're interested in learning more about Archimedes Offspring, you can check it out by visiting their website at www.archimedesoffspring.com, or you can email them at info@archimedesoffspring.com. Or last but not least, if the phone is your best friend, you can call them at 720-535-5219. So, now that I've told you a little bit about Archimedes Offspring, why don't you check it out? I bet dollars to donuts you'll find out that you're glad you did. Thanks very much.